and a quick player.
Very quick.
Great shot.
Wow.
Always get.
Nelly Korda's recent Olympic win was a thrilling moment in sports history. Competing against the best golfers in the world, she showcased her incredible skill. But how did she overcome the intense pressure of the Olympics? And what was her journey like leading up to this triumphant moment? Keep watching the story behind Nelly Korda's remarkable victory. Nelly Korda is a well-known name in women's golf. She is the daughter of former Czech tennis players. Her father, Petr Korda, was the 1998 Australian Open champion. Her mother, Regina Rajchrtova, was an Olympian. Nelly has an elder sister named Jessica who also plays professional golf. Her brother, Sebastian, is a rising star in tennis. In 2016, Nelly Korda was the world's top-ranked junior. She decided to turn professional that year. She quickly showed her potential by winning the Sioux Falls Great Life Challenge on the LPGA Futures Tour. By finishing 9th on the money list, she secured her LPGA Tour card for 2017. However, it was in 2018 that she claimed her first LPGA Tour title. She won the LPGA Taiwan Championships. In early 2019, she won the Australian Open. This victory helped her break into the top 10 of the world rankings. She also won the French Open on the Ladies European Tour in 2019. Later that year, she retained her LPGA Taiwan title. In 2021, Nelly Korda had an outstanding year. In February, she won the Gainbridge LPGA by 3 strokes. Her competitors included former world number 1 Lydia Ko and Lexi Thompson. 4 months later, she claimed the Meyer LPGA Classic. The following week, she won her first major title at the KPMG Women's PGA Championship in Atlanta. This victory made her the world number 1. Korda then took gold at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020. She won by 1 stroke from Japan's Inami Mon. She completed the year by winning the Pelican Championship in a playoff against Ko, Thompson, and Kim Se-young. At the start of 2022, Nelly Korda lost her number 1 ranking. She required surgery on a blood clot in her arm. After 6 weeks of recovery, she returned to competition. She took a share of 8th place at the US Women's Open. Australia's Minjee Lee won that tournament. Korda then won the LET's Aramco Team Series event in Sotogrande, Spain. She gained her first LPGA Tour win of the year in November by retaining her Pelican title. Nelly Korda continued her winning streak by clinching the Fir Hills Siri Pak Championship. This victory returned her to the top of the world rankings. She then won the Ford Championship and the T-Mobile Match Play in consecutive weeks. This made her the first player since Lorena Ochoa in 2008 to win 4 consecutive events in as many starts. 2 weeks later, she won the Chevron Championship. This victory secured her second major title. She joined Annika Sorenstam and Nancy Lopez as the only players to win 5 consecutive events. Annika achieved this feat in 2004-05, while Nancy did it in 1978. Now recently, Nelly Korda and Xander Schauffele both won Olympic gold, but Nelly's story is particularly amazing. On the night she reclaimed the title of world number 1, she celebrated in an unusual and unglamorous way. After winning the Siri Pak Championship in Los Angeles, she had agreed to drive to the next LPGA Tour stop in Gilbert, Arizona with fellow pro Olivia Cowan. After the trophy ceremony, they set off. Their victory dinner was a burger at In-N-Out with fries. The 6-hour journey continued into the night. Nelly later reflected on that night. She said it was a huge mistake because the adrenaline wore off and they arrived at around 11:30 p.m. Her whole body was aching from the drive. Nelly often talks about the mental and physical toll of being in contention. She also mentions how much she loves being in contention. This year, she found herself in contention every time she teed up. At the Ford Championship, she worked her way into the mix and shot the lowest score on Sunday. She scored a 7 under 65 in tough conditions and rallied to win. This was her 3rd win in 3 starts, and her lead at world number 1 widened. She celebrated the win in the same way, with a drive across the desert. The next event was in Las Vegas, so she headed north. In-N-Out was closed for Easter Sunday, but she had saved an almond croissant for the occasion. She also picked up some corn nuts for the road. There is a more glamorous side to Nelly Korda's place in the cultural landscape. She is the face of women's golf and is considered a generational talent with a perfect swing. She has endorsement deals with big brands like Nike, Delta, and Goldman Sachs. She even appeared on the red carpet at this spring's Met Gala. Opportunities and invitations have come her way almost as quickly as her first place finishes. Despite all this, she is most comfortable preparing for the next event alone at home on the range. When she wins, she has a unique way of celebrating. She gets in the car and blares music. That is her happy place and how she celebrates her victories. That night, Xander Schauffele also won this year's PGA Championship at Valhalla Golf Club in Louisville, Kentucky. He found it difficult to sleep. He and his wife, Maya, had a small celebration at their rental home. They poured beers into the massive Wanamaker trophy, emptied it, and filled it again. Schauffele is usually composed and focused on the course. But after years of close calls with 12 previous top 10 finishes in majors and 6 top 5s, he had finally won, which was a cause for celebration. That night, as he watched a replay of his birdie putt on Valhalla's 18th hole, he felt a surge of exhilaration. But 2 other emotions also overwhelmed him: relief and validation. He laughed, but still felt a deep seriousness. He thought to himself, "You did it." Schauffele's win marked a significant moment in his career. He had worked diligently for years, and the victory was a culmination of his efforts. The relief he felt was immense, knowing that his hard work had finally paid off. The validation was also significant, as it confirmed that he belonged at the top of the golfing world. His perseverance and dedication had finally resulted in a major win, something he had been striving for throughout his career. But if you don't know, then Nelly Korda's father was a top-tier Czech professional tennis player, though he never competed in the Olympic Games. Nelly's mother was a retired tennis professional who represented Czechoslovakia in the 1988 Summer Games. While contemporary golfers did not grow up dreaming of Olympic glory due to the absence of golf in the Olympics from 1904 until 2016, the Korda family avidly watched the Games. Nelly remembers that every 4 years they would sit in front of the television and watch various sports, especially track and field, gymnastics, and swimming. Nelly never dreamed of standing on a podium and seeing her country's flag raised until she finally had the opportunity. The rush of emotion she felt at that moment was unlike anything she had experienced. It was a surreal and amazing experience for her. Nelly's ride at the 2020 Games in Tokyo was even more special because her sister, Jessica Korda, a 6-time LPGA winner, was by her side. Jessica managed to secure one of Team USA's final qualifying spots, earning the title of Olympian. This is a title that neither Peter nor Nelly's brother, Sebastian, who is currently the 22nd ranked men's tennis player in the world, can claim. Sebastian has focused on his professional career and has turned down spots on the last 2 Olympic teams. In 2013, Nelly turned professional. She joined the Symetra Tour and played there for a few years. In 2016, she won her first professional event, the Sioux Falls Great Life Challenge. This win boosted her confidence and opened the doors to more significant opportunities. In 2017, Nelly earned her LPGA Tour card. She played her rookie season on the LPGA Tour in 2018. She performed well, showing consistency and skill. In October 2018, she secured her first LPGA Tour win at the Swinging Skirts LPGA Taiwan Championship. This victory was a turning point in her career. It established her as one of the rising stars in women's golf. In 2019, she won the ISPS Honda Women's Australian Open. She also represented the United States in the Solheim Cup, helping her team to victory. Her excellent performances earned her a spot in the top 10 of the Women's World Golf Rankings. In 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic affected the golf calendar. Despite the disruptions, Nelly maintained her form. She had several top 10 finishes in various tournaments. She was preparing for the 2021 season, aiming for more success. In 2021, Nelly had an incredible year. She won the Gainbridge LPGA at Boca Rio in February. She then claimed her first major championship victory at the KPMG Women's PGA Championship in June. This win propelled her to the top of the Women's World Golf Rankings. She became the world #1 golfer, a remarkable achievement. In July 2021, Nelly represented the United States at the Tokyo Olympics. She played brilliantly and won the gold medal in women's golf. This achievement was significant, as golf had only recently returned to the Olympics. Nelly's victory showcased her talent and determination. Nelly's 2021 season didn't stop there. She continued to perform well in various tournaments. She finished the season as the leading money winner on the LPGA Tour. Her consistency and skill were evident throughout the year. In 2022, Nelly faced some challenges. She had to deal with injuries, which affected her performances. However, she showed resilience and continued to compete at a high level. She had several top 10 finishes, proving her ability to overcome obstacles. In 2023, Nelly returned to top form. She won multiple tournaments and regained her position as one of the best golfers in the world. Her performances were consistently strong, and she maintained a high level of play throughout the year.
Nobody on planet Earth is playing better golf than Nelly Korda, so it's great to have her here on SportsCenter tonight to spend a few minutes. First things first, what's the water temperature?
It actually wasn't that cold. I was expecting it to be a lot colder than it was, but the bottom of it is very slimy.
I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. Nobody can cool you off, that's for sure. Right now, after the round, you said, I can finally breathe now. What kind of pressure were you putting under yourself here today and really over the last month?
Yeah, I mean, gosh, it felt like the longest round of my entire life on the back nine. There was just so much emotion that I was feeling internally, and I felt like I was holding my breath. I was just counting down to 18. I was like, okay, just one shot at a time. But
Nelly Korda has always been passionate about golf. Her love for the game is evident in the way she talks about it. She recalls moments where young fans have expressed how much she inspires them. One story that stands out to her involves a young girl who had watched her play in 2021. Golf is not always about wins and accolades. Nelly faced a significant setback during a major tournament. She made a septuple bogey 10 on the third hole of her first round. This was an unusual and frustrating experience for her. She chipped 3 times consecutively into the creek guarding the 12th green. This mistake kept repeating itself, which was unlike anything she had encountered before. Despite this, she tried to remain positive. She saw it as a sign from the golf gods that it was time to give back a little after her previous successes.
the lowest, I would say hitting that tee ball into the water on 15. I wasn't sure where I was standing when it came to the leaderboard, and just hitting it into the water on the left with my tee ball was just a really, really bad mistake. And you know, sometimes it's hard to kind of click out of that mindset, but I have a great teammate, Jason, and he reassured me that you know, I was still in it and to take it a shot at a time.
After this setback, Nelly made a strong effort to recover. She aimed to make the cut line but fell short by a few shots. This was shocking given her impressive performance earlier in the year. The disappointment did not end there. She missed cuts in the following weeks and even suffered a dog bite injury after another major championship. This injury caused her to miss her next event. Although she finished respectably in subsequent tournaments, it was below the high standards she had set for herself. To regain her form, Nelly returned to her home base in Bradenton, Florida. There, she focused on rebuilding her game. She enjoys this process of improvement. It is a place where she can concentrate on her work without distractions. This is where she feels most comfortable and ready to chase her next victory. She enjoys the satisfaction that comes from hard work and the simple pleasures that follow a win. Nelly's success is attributed to her focus and dedication. She avoids getting caught up in off-course distractions. Instead, she stays committed to her process and remains patient. She aims for constant improvement over the years. Her goal is to turn one major victory into many and to win another gold medal. Nelly's attitude towards golf is refreshing. She finds joy in the simple moments, like making an eagle while playing alone. These moments remind her of the childlike wonder she feels on the course. She feels fortunate to be able to play golf as her job at the age of 25, after she won the gold medal at the Tokyo Olympics. Nelly edged out Moni Nami and Lydia Ko by just one shot. This win added to her status as a top player. Her sister Jessica praised her achievements. Jessica mentioned Nelly's multiple wins and being ranked number 1. Nelly has won 10 tournaments since then. 5 of these wins were in a row and included a major championship. Her success continues to grow, and she is admired in the golf world for her outstanding performances. In the end, if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to give it a like and also hit that subscribe button for more upcoming updates. Until then, keep exploring.